Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to your program Stewardship with SNB, live from the studios of Rstv here in Port Harcourt. Wherever you may be watching us, we are live on GoTV channel 142 and Start Time channel 113. You can also connect to us via our social media handles such as Facebook at Rstv channel 22, and then at Facebook and Twitter, and of course on X handle too. You can reach us at Rstv22PH online. On YouTube, you can connect to us at Rstv online. And of course, the telephone lines will be displayed on your TV set to connect directly to the studio, when we'll be glad to open the telephone lines for you to participate. Let's start this way on Stewardship today. As the Rivers political crisis deepens, all eyes are on the political developments and the judiciary, which has set January 15 as Judgment Day. With the presidential resolutions not going down well with majority of the people, the oil-rich state is embroiled in turmoil, and BEKE, a former River State governor, has emphasized the significance of retaining his political stronghold. According to BEKE, losing his political base would render him politically irrelevant. Conversely, serve as a winner of the crisis in River State. He said those behind the crisis wanted him out of office, and since he's still in charge, he is the winner. Today at the program, we shall be taking a look at some of these issues that have been plaguing our political life here in River State. And just like I announced to you, this program can be viewed on GoTV channel 142 and Start Time channel 113. And also our social media handles are also there for you to connect to us and follow the program. We'll take a short break, and when we return, I'll tell you who my guests on the program are. Stay with us. Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB. Just joined us. The program is Stewardship with SNB from the studios of Rstv here in Port Harcourt. Wherever you're watching us from, whether you're in the UK, in the US, just a simple click of your finger, you can watch us on our various social media handles, and better still on GoTV channel 142 and Start Time channel 113. Our telephone lines will be displayed on the TV set, because without you we can't be here. And so you are an integral part of this program, and so we'll be giving you an opportunity to also make your contributions as the program goes on. Today on the program, I have with me in the studio Honorable Prince Charles BEKE, Coordinator, SIM Support Group, EMOHUA Local Government Area. Honorable Charles BEKE, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
Also with me is Right Honorable BENARD ODIKE, Special Advisor to Governor Fubara on New Media. Honorable ODIKE, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
All right, gentlemen, you are from EMOHUA Local Government Area, drawing support for Governor Fubara. But one thing that worries everyone's mind is that EMOHUA is home to Siminalayi, who is the chairman of EMOHUA Local Government Area. Is also home to Emeka Woki. He was the chief of staff to former Governor BEKE. He was also commissioner for special duties, and of course the chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council is also the Sergeant Awusi. Is also there. Now, in the face of all of these big names, how do you think he can break away to have a solid foundation for support for SIM Fubara? Let me start with Honorable Charles BEKE.
Well, thank you for welcoming us to your studio today. Like all you have said, yes, EMOHUA local government have personalities. We have more personalities than those you have just mentioned.
amongst you?
Yeah, we have more personalities in EMOHUA among the names you've just mentioned.
The political movers and shakers.
We also have more political movers and shakers in EMOHUA. There are few of the political movers and shakers in EMOHUA. I know that. We will give them that credit because they have been there. For somebody like Chief Sergeant Awuse, who is the paramount of EMOHUA, and who is also doubled as the chairman of Rivers State Traditional Council ruler. He has been there in politics for a while. Everybody knows his political name then was the bulldozer. But the young shall also grow. In whatever we do in life, the young shall also grow.
As a young grown man.
Yeah, the youngs have grown. The youngs are grown. Well, now better, things are shifting. When you lead people tomorrow, or you lead people today, tomorrow, more leaders will emerge. So irrespective of their presence in the local government, the young ones have grown and political activities are changing. There are more awareness being created. There is not every time you lead people by the nose and tell them what to do by per time and per day. People are beginning to create awareness for them, creating manhood for themselves. So irrespective of their presence in any local government does not mean that the young shall not grow and people should not make their own decision on who to follow or who not to follow.
Okay, Mr. Special Advisor, do the names like Lloyd, Emeka Woke, and Sergeant Awuse scare you in building support for Governor Fubara in EMOHUA local government area?
Well, by the grace of God, when you have a foundation in God, it means that nothing scares you, not to talk about any human. Talking about big names. We have value for respect for our elders and frontliners. Like my uncle has said here, the joy of any father is that his own children should get better than him tomorrow. If you are leading and you don't expect that those you have been leading should grow and get better than you, it means you've not been a leader. As it is today, nobody is scared of anybody. What is paramount is that we are in a system where the rule of law prevails and the terms are very clear. Like we're talking about structure, who and all the rest. The structure is we, the people. If I follow you, it means you have me following you. If I'm not following you, then nobody's following you. Are you understanding? So as we speak today, as you have been told earlier, the chairman of the party, the People's Democratic Party, the only party we know that is in existence in Rivers State today, the chairman of that party in our AGA is a strong supporter for Sir Siminalayi Fubara. The secretary is also a strong supporter of Sir Siminalayi Fubara. So what are we talking about? What we are talking about is that the heart of the party is in support of the government. So that should tell you what it is like in EMOHUA government area.
All right, let's go to the issues of the day now. Having established that support base for Governor Fubara. Now, the Hamilton-led Assembly, Honorable Charles,
yes,
sat a couple of days ago and demanded that Governor Fubara represent the 2024 budget to them according to the Abuja Accord. You are aware of the Abuja 8-point Accord.
Yeah.
Why do you think they did that? Is it to intimidate, to shame, embarrass, or stamp the authority, in the ongoing political face-off in Rivers State?
Yeah. If we go by constitution and by laws, appropriation bill does not need to be represented twice. The appropriation bill has been passed by the assembly that was in place at the time the 24 or 27 resigned from PDP to join the APC. So the appropriation bill was passed. But because of the nature of the man we have as the governor of Rivers State, who has come up plainly to tell Rivers people that there is no price too big to pay for peace and has agreed to go by the 8-point agenda that was being released by the President of Nigeria, which majority of elders of Rivers State and even the youths of Rivers State were vehemently against him honoring that 8-point agenda. But because of the man we have who wanted peace, he has agreed to honor it. And the honor, he's been going step by step to honor the agreement that was reached in Abuja. What the present House of Assembly and leaders are doing with that is to spark out crisis. Has he failed in honoring the agreement that he agreed he was going to honor? The ones he has honored were he first. Was he reminded to do it? So from what we have just stated here, that is a way of poking and looking for crisis that need not to be brought out at this point in time in our state.
It then seems that the 8-point agenda is not followed or something.
The 8-point agenda, the governor is honoring it. He's following it. So why representing is part of it? Is part of the. So why are they in a haste? Why is that one being a question? Yeah, why are they in a haste? To that. He's been like he has agreed to honor the 8-point agenda and has been going step by step accomplishing the 8-point agenda. Why should this particular one be?
You are reminding him in case he has forgotten.
He has not forgotten. The one he has done, was he reminded for him to do that?
All right, asking Governor Fubara to represent the budget to them, is it intended to malign the governor, or it's done in good faith?
We all know the 8-point agreement or whatever it is, or directive from the president. You know, like when I read or heard that Martin Anobule and his colleagues sat and then, even asked or we are directing the governor to come and resubmit the budget. And I laughed. I said, what is he really thinking of? If we go constitutionally, does Martin have any right
To be the speaker.
to do the city? Like the governor decided to take the path of peace and to respect the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and is implementing, for instance, the money meant for the assembly, he has released to them, and he's implementing the whole process stage by stage. All you do is you relax and wait. Whatever the directives, the 8-point directives did not emanate from Martin Anobule. This was the directive given by the president. Now, why trying to not shove it on the governor? It means they are an ulterior motive. They are up to something, and this is an area where we should call our people to watch these guys. They are up to something.
What would you say is the ulterior motive?
No. Crisis. These are people who have an ulterior motive to create crisis. That's all they have.
So crisis means they are not ready to embrace peace.
Yes, and that's what it means. Because if you are for peace, what you do is you wait, and because already the governor is already, because the money they talked about, one of their cases in one of the federal high court in Abuja, where they went and complained that they were sitting and that the governor has denied them their whatever entitlement. I think governor has in line with the 8-point whatever 8-point directive, they have given them the money, and he is implementing whatever he has to implement gradually. So what he do is watch out and wait. They didn't give him the 8-point directives. It came from the president. So wait and see if he will do so or not. Why not try to now force him to do that which ordinarily did not come from you? Protect the living seat. Is it his right? Because it's subject to litigation. There is an order that has backed them from, that has been declared as is vacant. And that order has not been vacated. And with kind of, illegal audacity, you're ordering a state governor. It's unheard of. Different people should call people to order. That's all I should say in that.
If you were Governor Fubara, how would you respond to this demand by the Martin Anobule Assembly?
Well, I'm not everybody has their own compulsion and the way they handle issues.
If you
probably if I were him, I would have reacted in a different in a different way.
How different?
Maybe I would have, let's forget how I would have reacted if I would have gotten because I'm not the governor. If I would have been the governor,
maybe if you share your thoughts.
But the issue is that from where we are coming from and what we are saying, Martin Amehule and gang should give.
You call them gang?
Well, okay, Martin Amehule and the rest of the members of the House of Assembly should try to be cautious in dealing with this directive that was given by President Bola Tinubu. Like I said initially, a lot of the elders of River State, a lot of people of River State, including myself, was not too happy for that directive, and we never wanted him to honor those directives. Because he has chosen to honor those directives, which, like the media aide to the governor had just stated here earlier, it wasn't a directive from them. The governor is doing it, the directive from the president is just doing it to honor the president. So they should be cautious in the way they go about it so that they won't create crisis. It's not their directive to order the governor to represent a budget. At appropriate time when the budget needs to be represented, the governor will represent the budget since he has already agreed that he was going to honor the directives given. And that is to also state, since he has already made it clear to us, and that is why majority of us has supported to agree to what he has said by saying that there is no price too big to pay for peace, because he needs peace in the state. That's why he's honoring it. So I think the assembly should wait until when the appropriate time when the governor will represent
the budget to the appropriate time when the governor
should rather than hitting up the appendix at this point.
We'll take a short break, and when we return, we'll talk more about Rivers' political crisis. Stay with us. Stewardship with SNB. 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 If you have just joined us, it's Stewardship with SNB, live from the studios of Rstv here in Port Harcourt. My guests haven't changed. Honorable Prince Charles BEKE, Coordinator SIM Support Group in EMOHUA local government area. I also have within the studio Right Honorable BENARD, he is the Special Advisor to Governor Fubara on New Media. Gentlemen, welcome again to our program.
Thank you.
All right, let's begin this round, this segment. The Siminalayi group has gone ahead to strip the governor of the power to sack erring traditional rulers and vested same power on 2/3 majority of the House. Why, in your opinion, are they doing this? Let me start with Honorable BENARD ODIKE.
Okay, thank you. Like I said earlier on, it's a clear case of people, who had hitherto decided to, create issues in the state why the haste? Why are they doing all that?
That's a question I'm asking.
Why are they doing all that? You know, it goes to tell that these men have, like I said earlier on, and I want to repeat, they have ulterior motive. And then Rivers people have to call, because you know, can imagine, let's even take from their defection to APC. These are people who were elected under the platform of PDP. And now if you wanted to leave PDP for APC, did you even go back to the people that elected you on that platform to seek their opinion? They didn't. So it's like radicals who are gone berserk. They are just acting out of control. And it's high time Rivers people call them to order, because the way they are going, let them not plunge this state into a very serious crisis. You people in the media, you can also help to add your voices.
But that's what we're doing. That's what we're brought here to
to let them know that the way they are going is very, very wrong. The governor, because the governor is accepting peace or peaceful resolution to whatever, should not make them begin to feel on top of that. They want even laws that were made to ease the operations of government under the immediate past administration. You now want to repeal them to bring new ones to not subject or maybe make it difficult for the governor to operate. It's wrong. And we the people should not accept such. They should not. In fact, some of these their bills they want to, whatever they feel they want to pass or something, they should subject it to public hearing and seek the opinion of the people. They don't just go there, sit for maybe a few minutes and then they come to claim that they have passed the bill, which they will now give first, second and third reading and then wait for an assent. No. These things like this, for them to even pass such bill, they should subject it to what? Public hearing and seek the opinion of the people. We say no to such attitude of this so-called Martin and his gang.
Alright, that's and his gang, you said that again. Let me turn to Honorable President Charles BEKE. The governor is a appointer of commissioners, special advisors like our brother who's here. And of course, even the chairman of the Traditional Rulers Council, the governor is the appointer. It is not the House of Assembly. At what point is it necessary for the House of Assembly to now decide who should be punished or not at a time like this?
You see, it's laughable. It's laughable.
Required is the third majority.
No, it's laughable.
Assembly.
Yes, it's laughable.
So
no, it's never been so. Like you just mentioned, we appoint the chairman of the Traditional Council is the governor. That is the right.
The governor was appointed by the
governor. The right falls upon the governor to appoint who will become the chairman of the Rivers Traditional Council. So the right honorable Amebule and his members of the House of Assembly are not in the position to, even though the law gives them the permission to enact law. But for the law to be authentic and to be followed, the governor has to assent to it before it becomes a law. Maybe what I just like what ODIKE has just mentioned here, if you need to change the right of the governor not to appoint or to sack whomever that is appointed to him, it should come to a public hearing.
Anything the Assembly is afraid of?
You see, we are in a live television. From what you did mention this yesterday when we were talking about this is part of the law that they are passing to change the governor not to be in the position to discipline any erring traditional ruler. That means there is something they are afraid of. For them to come up with this kind of law right now, there is something they are scared of. Probably they are afraid that the present occupant of that seat, because he's not dancing in the direction of the sitting government, maybe there is a fear that the governor might be kicked out at the end of this journey. But you see, that is preempting things that is not even in the mind of the governor. That is from what BEKE has just said here, they are trying to cause some issues that are not there. If you are actually one Rivers State to operate in peace, you shouldn't be insinuating things that is not even in the heart of the man. Because when you come up with this thing, you are creating something that one is not even thinking about. Probably the present governor is not even thinking of wanting to get vendetta to those who supported him or those who didn't support him, because all his mission is to move Rivers State forward. And then we have the House of Assembly that should be enacting law on how to better Rivers State. All you are sitting there thinking about, oh, this man is our supporter, probably when governor comes in, he might remove him, so let us find a way to protect him. Is it wrong?
Alright.
Is wrong. So Rivers State should please vehemently rise against that. Because one of us will become governor tomorrow. When your power is being stripped away from you because of those elected to enact law. One of them will be governors tomorrow, you never know. So if they enact all these laws and tomorrow when they become governor and they have an hearing officer and then they don't have the power to rule, they have the later.
Alright. Okay. Some of the minds are already buzzing. I know that our viewers are already set to make a contribution, but we'll do that at exactly 1 o'clock. When we'll begin to take your calls. Just for a minute, it's just about a minute to 1. But let me ask this question while we wait for our viewers to call in. Judgment Day is ahead of us, 15th January. Any palpable fear that Sim will lose or win? In case he wins or loses, what will happen to Rivers people? Let me start with the special advisor to the governor on new media, BENARD.
Well, we are all Rivers people, and we knew what happened at the polls. So we are upbeat. The governor won the election fair and square. And at the tribunal has also
So the kind of people that are fighting the government,
we're coming.
the political scheming of the minister of the
They are just humans. As we speak today, the SY governor of Ondo State, who ordinarily should still be in office, is in the mortuary. It's in the mortuary. That's to tell you that humans are just, what that was. Our existence is just ephemeral. We are not permanent here, and we don't have all the power. And no man has all the power to decide what happens in the affairs of men. The only one who decides and affirms at will, and it stands as he wishes, is God Almighty. Like I was saying, we the people of Rivers State overwhelmingly voted for Siminalayi, Fubara. In fact, it has never been 23/23. He got 100% of, when we talk about electoral college, the 23 AGs he won. And then the tribunal affirmed it. The Court of Appeal reaffirmed it. I don't think there will be anything different at the Supreme Court.
No, my worry, and of course the worry of Rivers people, is the mind that is fighting the governor, the minister of the FCT. We all know maneuverings, his power of maneuverings, political schemings, manipulations and all of that. If that plays out and Sim loses or wins, what will become of the support given to Governor Fubara?
We are not anticipating for the governor of Rivers State to lose the Supreme Court judgment. Because all that has been happening in Rivers State has been the act of God. God has been in this fight, and God will see this fight to conclusion.
The act of God.
Everything that happens is God's hand. God's hand has been with him. God's hand has been leading him. The massive support Siminalayi is getting all over Rivers State is because of God's hand in whatever fight that he is going to right now. But like he rightly said, the 23 local government, everyone voted for him. We voted for him massively, and he won the election. Through the tribunal, the appeal which I went to Lagos to witness, and the judgment, I was present in the judgment, he got victory. It's the Supreme Court that is not going to get victory. But then, if the worst come to the worst, and we are asked to go back to a rerun, the same way he won the first election is the same way he's going to win in this election, because people are with him. Now you have even caused the Rivers people to be more angry in what is going on right now. So those people will come back again to vote him, to confirm that they were the ones who put him in seat, and they are ready to do it again. That is why if you go through the 22 local government, see the mobilization of people for this singular governor that we have here, you can see that people are totally angry because of the humiliation that is being passed through. We only have one governor at a time. We voted for him as a governor. And yet, let us go back to the scripture. The scripture said, pray and honor those in authority. He never asked us at any point in time to fight those in authority. Why are they fighting him? Nobody in Rivers State has come out to tell us this is the sin that this man has committed that they want Rivers people to remove him out of office.
Which man?
The governor. Can anyone come and tell Rivers people this is the sin that our governor Siminalayi has committed? This is the wrong he has done that they want to move him from office. No Rivers man this the constituency. It's like their feet. Because the law they be the law said eyes is the government takes us issues. Because try to let me see. Consider is one where are in favor. Why do you think is angry and making utterances and utterances such as what we heard? If I want to make an Equanian governor, I could have still done it. If I want to do this, I could have still done it, and all of that. Why do you think it is so?
He didn't add the one of when the time comes. Utterances that one is wondering. Which I'm not against him. What is really happening? You are an insider in government.
Well, I won't speak as an insider in government. I'm speaking as somebody from EMOHUA local government area, a citizen.
You don't want yourself from government.
No, I'm not here speaking. I'm not here to speak for the government.
But you are a government official.
But I'm not here speaking for the.
You're also in charge of media.
I am a reverse man. I'm at liberty to speak as a reverse man. I was first of all a reverse man before I was appointed anything, and I will always be a reverse man.
Okay.
It's just disheartening. It's so crude. Let me use the word crude. In this 21st century, for a woman to just you have finished as governor, like he said, what is he dragging with Governor Fubara? The issue, you have finished, and thank God for him. We supported him, and we made sure even. I don't want to go into details, but today he's comfortably in the good books of TINUBU. Right there, we are happy for him. But turning around is like, let me tell you, I didn't mention that earlier, but I want to mention here. And he got overwhelming support, and nobody even challenged.
make sure we return him back to office.
Let me have ODIKE. Let me have ODIKE. Well, you want me to defend you?
Well, if you ask me that question, what I can only tell you is that I am not anything contrary to what I believe will be, because we voted him. Good thing now that happened. So Rivers make Rivers people will more. It means when they take 8% of the, I don't think the Supreme see that happen. Contrary judgment. It's going in favor of the Rivers people area.
Coming by.
Thank you very much for having me.
And the Right Honorable BENARD, Special Advisor to the Governor on New Media. Thank you so much for finding it to be with us.
Thank you for having us in the studio.
That's our program this week, or not this week, today, because the weekly program is a daily affair. Tomorrow again, we'll join you same time, which will bring you another group or an individual. We'll be coming to talk about some other issues here on TV. My name is Solomon Nelson Braid. Thanking you for being a part of this program. Bye-bye. Stewardship with SNB.
Wrestling is one major classical sporting activity that is unique to Rivers people. It originates from the Greco-Roman wrestling. This form of exercise is usually heralded by musical rendition which awakens the spirit of the participant. These wrestlers are divided into groups and each is expected to challenge the other. Wrestling in Rivers community is a seasonal event that begins at the harvesting season between May and June and ends in October, depending on the communities involved. So, on today's episode of Steps of Our Land, we'll bring to you wrestling competition from BEKE clan in a BEKE kingdom in Ahoda West local government area of Rivers State. Enjoy watching.
Yes,
Champion is gotten when one of the two contending wrestlers ensures that the back of his opponent touches the ground. Well, that's not all. Next on our screen is a group of beautiful and wonderful dancers. These beautiful girls are well talented, so let's watch them do what they know how to do best. I hope you enjoyed those beautiful dance steps. Well, this is where we'll draw the curtain on today's episode of Steps of Our Land. Till next week, same time, and I'll come your way again, because I surely will come your way again. Keep watching Rstv. My name is Rachel Jaja. Bye.
Recently on Footprints, we've been on the conversation about the new breeds of illiterates, or the 21st century illiteracy as identified by Arvin Toffler. But it's quite unfortunate there are a handful of persons who've not been able to wrap their heads around this new reality. And I think this is as a result of what I call the industrial age mentality. Elon Musk, the founder of Tesla Motors and SpaceX, explains it better when he talks about two categories of people with two different styles of thinking. The first categories are those who say think by analogy, and the second categories are those who think by principles. And I think these two different categories of individuals exemplifies the difference between the industrial age thinking and the information or 21st century mentality. So the first categories of people, those who think by analogy, he said, ask the question, what works? And they go on to apply themselves in that direction. But on the contrary, those who think by principle do not just ask the question what works, they also want to know why it works. They're not just interested in what ticks, they also want to understand why it ticks. You see, they ask fundamental questions, breaking things down to its physics, so much that they understand the rules that they can even break it. They're so attuned with the dynamic nature of our time that they can perceive opportunities and change from 1,000 miles away, and can even alter its course of direction or better position themselves for its enormous opportunities. But on the other hand, those who think by analogy are only reactive to change, awakened when change calls knocking at the door. And usually their first line of response is to blame every other person but themselves. They blame the government, they blame their husbands, they blame their parents. And by so doing, they give away their power to influence their own lives, for better or for worse. They give away their alchemical power to transform every negative situation into its positive equivalence. They give away their power. You see, the 21st century comes with enormous opportunities. The chasm or the walls that separated the consumers from the producers are falling apart under the weight of innovation, under the weight of invention and technology as powered by information. It has ushered in a new kind of economy known as the prosumers economy, an economy where the consumers are also the producers and the producers are also the consumers. It is a democratic economy that has allowed every individual the opportunity to participate. But as much as it comes with enormous opportunities, it also comes with equivalent challenges. But whether you choose to rise or sink, whether you choose to think by principles or by analogy, is totally up to you. Welcome to Footprints. My name is Nda Solomon, aka Major the Brain, aka Brain. And I'm in the business of conversation and experiences that inspire growth, challenge status quos, and spur into greatness. So keep growing, because your fulfillment, your whole life, is seriously counting on you.
Welcome to Studio Airlines.
Oh, thank you. Please, we need ticket to Abuja. Yes.
Oh, so sorry, sir. The seats are fully booked.
Hello, ladies.
Good day, ma'am.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Please, I need a ticket to Abuja.
Oh, sure.
40,000, ma'am. Okay. Here.
Excuse me. Abuja.
Yes.
But you people told us that tickets are finished.
Finished, Abi?
When you asked for tickets, there was no ticket.
Exactly.
So this is what you people do. You hoard tickets and use them for your private business. This is the same reason why, when we get into the flight, half of the seats are empty.
Oga, you can call Minister of Aviation.
Excuse me? So this is what you do? You hoard tickets for your PP? This is corruption and
Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
The business of coconut farming is thriving right here in this part of the world. And we urge you to go into that business, for you won't regret it. That is our way of saying welcome to Agro World. My name is Helen Eric Geminiwa.
Cocos nucifera, a member of the family Arecaceae and the only species of the genus Cocos. The term coconut refers to the whole coconut palm or the seed or the fruit, which botanically is a drupe, not a nut. The term is derived from the 16th century Portuguese and the Spanish word coco, meaning head or skull, from the third indentations on the coconut shell that resembles facial features. Coconuts are known for their versatility, ranging from food to cosmetics. They form a regular part of the diets of many people in the tropics and subtropics. Coconuts are distinct from other fruits for their endosperm containing a large quantity of water, also called milk, and when immature may be harvested for the potable coconut water. When mature, they can be used as seed nuts or processed for oil, charcoal from the hard shell, and curd from the fibrous husk. When dried, the coconut flesh is called capra. The oil and milk derived from it are commonly used in cooking and frying, as well as in soaps and cosmetics. The husk and leaves can be used as material to make a variety of products for furnishing and decorating. The coconut also has cultural and religious significance in certain societies.
Coconut is Coco nucifera. It's a member of Acaceae, and the only species of the genus of Cocos. The fruit, as we can see, is called drupe and not nut. Sometimes we make mistake to call it nut. The fruit itself is called drupe, and is derived from Portuguese and the Spanish word. That is where this coconut is derived from, where it came from. Coconuts are known for so many versatility, ranging from food to cosmetic materials. They form a regular part of this diet of many homes today, like the Indians. They use it for so many things in the tropics and subtropics. When they are matured, when they are bearing, they look greenish, but when they are mature, they look brownish. And the seeds are used for nut, that's seed nut, or processed into oil. And this thing is also used for charcoal. That's from hash shell. The hash shell is used for charcoal. The oil and the milk is derived from, commonly used for cooking. That's the oil derived from coconut. It's commonly used for cooking, frying, and as well as for soap making and other cosmetics, like women who like all these cosmetic things. The coconut also has a cultural and religious significance in certain society, particularly in India. The Hindus use it for rituals. The Indians, as Hindus ritual, that's what the Indians use it. But other tropical and subtropical groups also use it for different uses.
Cocos nucifera is a large palm growing up to 30 meters tall with pinnate leaves 4 to 6 meters long and pinnae 60 to 90 centimeters long. Old leaves break away and smooth. Coconuts are generally classified into two types, tall and dwarf. On fertile soil, a tall coconut palm tree can yield up to 75 fruits per year, but more often yields less than 30, mainly due to poor cultural practices. Given proper care and growing conditions, coconut palms produce their first fruit in 6 to 10 years, taking 15 to 20 years to reach peak production. The endosperm is initial in its nuclear phase, suspended within the coconut water. Endosperms deposit along the walls of the coconut, becoming the edible coconut flesh like other fruits. It has 3 layers make up the husk of the coconuts. Coconuts sold in the markets of the non-tropics continue often have had the exocap removed. Neither a taproot nor root hairs, but has a fibrous root system. The palm produces both the female and male flowers on the same inflorescence. Thus, the palm is monoecious. Other sources use the term polygamonoecious. The female flower is much larger than the male flower. Flowering occurs continuously. Coconut palms are believed to be largely cross-pollinated, although some dwarf varieties are self-pollinating.
Cocos nucifera is a large palm. It used to grow bigger from small. It grows gradually up to 30-meter height, which is about 98 feet tall. Coconuts are classified into 2 groups. We have the dwarf, we have the tall ones. And coconut yield up to, the yield per year is 75 to 90 fruits per year. And a full-size coconut weighs about 1.5 kg. That is the weight. Coconut is one of the best plants that can produce fruit all the year round. You see fruit. The Costa are famous in using it for ornamental. The seeds provides oil for frying, for cooking, for making of margarine. Coconut flour too also has been developed for use in baking industries. We also have the other uses for butter. Coconut is developed into butter, also into chips. In so many ways, it is being processed. It also has a nutritious value. Coconut, in some area, they are molded like meat and use it like meat in the soup. They also can also extract milk from it. You can also extract oil from it. Coconut is very useful plant with a wide range of products being sourced. Everything you can get from coconut, from the clothes we are wearing to animal feed and even to beauty creams. Coconut are used for all these things. Most importantly, it is also used for the oil, mostly, which are extracted and processed for marketing, for medicinal and cosmetic uses. Coconut thrives well in a sandy soil. If you watch where we are nursing this now. It's mixed up with river sand. This river sand makes it generate a little bit heat to make it germinate early. So it thrives well in a sandy and highly tolerates salinity. Coconut needs a high humidity for optimum growth. It requires optimum growth of high humidity. It requires warm condition and also is successful in growth and are tolerant.
Among modern coconut nucifera, two major types or variants with a higher proportion of endosperm reflect a trend of cultivation in coconut nucifera. The first coconuts were of the new Kafa type, with thick husk to protect the seed, an angular, highly ridged type with thick husk to protect the seed, an angular, highly ridged shape to promote buoyancy during ocean dispersal, and a pointed base that allowed fruits to dig into the sand, preventing them from being washed away during germination on a new island. As early human communities began to harvest coconuts for eating and planting, they perhaps unintentionally selected for a larger endosperm to husk ratio and broader spherical base, which rendered the fruit useful as a cup or bowl, thus creating the new Vi type. The decreased buoyancy and increased fragility of this spherical, thin-husked fruit would not matter for a species that had started to be dispersed by humans and grown in plantations. Variants of coconut nucifera are also categorized as tall or dwarf. The two groups are genetically distinct, with the dwarf variety showing a greater degree of artificial selection for ornamental traits and for early germination and fruiting. The tall variety is outcrossing, while dwarf palms are incrossing, which has led to a much greater degree of genetic diversity within the tall group. The dwarf subspecies is thought to have mutated from the tall group under human selection pressure. The coconut has spread across much of the tropics, probably aided in many cases by seafaring people. Coconut fruit in the wild are light, buoyant, and highly water-resistant. It is claimed that they evolved to disperse significant distances via marine currents. However, it can also be argued that the placement of the vulnerable eye of the nut and the site of their cushion are better positioned to ensure that the water-filled nut does not fracture. when dropping on the rocky ground rather than for flotation. As for diseases and pests, coconuts are susceptible to the phytoplasma disease, letter yellowing. One recently selected, the maypan, has been bred for resistance to this disease. Yellowing disease affects plantations in Africa especially. The coconut palm is also damaged by the larvae of many Lepidoptera species which feed on it, including the African armyworm and Batrachedra brontispa longissima, which feeds on young leaves and damages both seedlings and mature coconut palms. There is also the Areophyid coconut mite that infests coconut plantations, destroy up to 90% of coconut production.
There are diseases, pests, that also affect coconut. Coconut are susceptible to this phytoplasma disease. Phytoplasma disease, the yellowing disease that affects the plantation. Even on the leaves, if you go over there, the grown-up one, you will see some certain things. The pests also that the coconut, the leaves, and this pest is called Lepidoptera. And the other way around, we call it butterfly and moth. If you see this thing that fly like butterfly in the night, we call them moth. And that is what we are talking about. So they feed on coconut. Look at the spores, all these spores. It's a disease. It's a disease. And look at the yellowing, this thing, I told you, the yellowing disease. So when you see it in this form, you can now look for agrochemical to spray. When you spray, they will all go.
The cultivation of coconut palms are normally in hot and wet tropical climates. They need year-round warmth and moist to grow well and fruit. Coconut palms are hard to establish in dry climates and cannot grow without frequent irrigation. In drought conditions, the new leaves do not open well, and older leaves may become descented. Fruit also tends to be shed. The harvesting of the mature fruit is quite simple.
People use as flour. So you will cultivate coconut normally within the tropics, because so many homes need them all the year round. And coconut requires a warm and moist condition. The spacing, it is measured 9 meter by 9 meter by 9 meter triangle, just like oil palm. You measure it that way. Coconut trees also are increasingly grown for decoration purposes along the coast. There are varieties of coconut, many varieties of coconut, that's Cocos nucifera, are being cultivated in many countries in different ways. These vary by the taste. But sometimes you want a coconut, you say you want a Malian red or the green one, depending on your choice. So that's the type you plant, depending on the genetic factor. So the varieties include: one, we have the yellow coconut, the dwarf orange coconut, the golden Malian coconut. We have also the dwarf green coconut, the Fuji dwarf coconut. We have green Malian coconut. We also have king coconut, yellow Malian coconut, and so forth. We have about 12 varieties of coconut.
AgroWorld is always here for you, and we're right here to inform, educate, and of course, entertain you. Call us on the number scrolling on your screen, or chat us up on our Facebook page. It's right there on your screen. We'll showcase to the world any of the crops, plants, or animals of your choice that you want us to do. And of course, I do hope you've been learning a lot from all that we have done so far in AgroWorld. Until next time, when we bring to you another interesting package, my name is Helen Eric Geminiwa.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
My name is Alero. I am not sick. I just need you to help put your stamp on this medical report. I want to tender it at my office as a sick leave. I'll pay 10,000 naira.
Ma'am, that is impersonation. I'm not a doctor.
Oga, be like say this English no go pay. I go increase the money to 20,000 naira. I beg. You know, if I give you that 20,000, as you wide, so you know, if it still help your condition more. So you know, say you spread well.
As I spread like virus, I'll be.
You talk.
Come out! If person come to your hospital, talk to make you give a fake medical report, make you go take collect sick leave. Talk and say no, not corruption, not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.